Donnie and Dolly. The team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
Tuesday and all of today's guests, including Spencer Carbery, the Washington Capitals from Victoria, standing by, brought to you by the Bayside Oceanfront Resort. Experience West Coast luxury and Vancouver Island's winter charm with the Bayside Oceanfront Resort's winter getaway. Stay 2 nights or more, enjoy 25% off, now available every day of the week. Call them directly, 250-248-8333, or visit BaysideResortParksville.com and book your winter escape today. Here's somebody who knows a little bit about Parksville, Vancouver Island, head coach of the Washington Capitals. Capitals hosting the Canucks tomorrow in Washington. Washington, second overall in the NHL standings. Tough loss last night in Buffalo, though. Shootout to the Sabres. Spencer Carbery joins us now. Spencer, thanks for doing this, sir. How are you?
Very good. Thanks for having me on, guys.
So, again, you lose last night in a shootout to the Buffalo Sabres. Rare loss for the Capitals this year. But in contrast to that, Spencer, you have the pleasure of being on Czech TV, Victoria TV station, where you grew up. What can you tell us about your background? What can you tell us about where you played minor hockey? All that.
Yeah, that's home for me. Grew up in the Saanich area. Grew up playing Saanich minor hockey, Victoria Racket Club. Then went on to play Junior B in Peninsula for the back then they were called the Panthers out at Panorama, and then started to play in the BCHL. Played in Cowichan Valley and moved on to Penticton. So we try to go back with my family. I still to this day call it home, and one day. I hope it comes to fruition, but I'll be back living there part-time and being an Islander.
Yeah, and the Penticton Panthers, they're now back to being called the V's, but you led them in points back in 01-02. Tanner Glass was one of your teammates. What got you into coaching, Spencer?
Completely fell into it. Just dumb luck, to be honest with you. When I retired from playing in the minors, I had no aspirations, had never even thought about getting into coaching. I thought I was going to move on and be in the financial world, to be honest with you. And when I was thinking about retiring, the head coach at the time in the ECHL approached me and asked if I'd be interested in taking a position as an assistant coach. And I was sort of at first, no, I've never thought about that. And he said, well, it may be a good segue into the next portion of your life. And I told him a funny story. I said, well, I was actually planning on playing one more year in the minors, and he said, well, I'm not asking you to play.
Do you have coaching influences, Spencer? Who is an influence on you? I know Greg C. Adams, former Capital, former Canuck, was one of your coaches back in your junior days.
Yeah, I just saw Greg actually at the 50th anniversary. He came back to D.C., and so we had a great visit. He was my first coach in Junior A up for the Cowichan Valley Capitals. So we were reminiscing on some great stories of him coaching and him actually recruiting me and giving me an opportunity as a 19-year-old rookie there. But some of the main, like there's a lot of minor hockey coaches that sort of mold you as a player and a person, and you reflect back. Greg Adams is one. There was a bunch of minor hockey coaches. But as I got into coaching, I was really fortunate to, when I was finished my career down in South Carolina, I played for Jared Bednar, who was such a positive influence on me as a player, but then as a coach, I was able to lean on him so much, just learning, because I was so green and I didn't know what I was doing, but he was so willing to help me, and he was at higher levels in the American Hockey League and then moved on to the NHL, but always willing to help me any way he could, share insight, information, trade ideas. So he's been a huge influence on my coaching career.
Hey, Spencer, your hockey club is 1 point out of first place in the overall standings. Ray Ferraro joins us every week. He's just really, really impressed with your hockey club. Talk about what has gone so right for you guys this year.
Yeah, I think so last year we sort of came out of nowhere a little bit, and we struggled at times, but we found a way to grind and win tight games and be able to get into the playoffs and squeak in. And everybody talks about our goal differential last year and, you know, having no business being in the playoffs. But I think what last year did for us was it gave us a real solid appreciation of how you can win games in this league by being completely connected, really well structured. And we've sort of carried that over. We also improved the roster significantly, in my opinion, over the summer with the additions of Pierre-Luc Dubois, Logan Thompson, the goalie from the Vegas Golden Knights, Andrew Mangiapane, Brandon Duhaime, Jacob Chikrin. We got in a trade with Ottawa. So feel like our roster, we didn't just stay put. We tried to find ways to improve in the offseason. And it's been, I mean, I don't even think I could have imagined, because we had whatever it is, the 7 or 8 new players in our lineup, how quickly it's come together. And, the ability to mesh together. And I give a lot of credit to Tom Wilson, John Carlson, obviously Ovi. Our leadership group does a tremendous job here of making sure everybody feels welcome, and then also getting everybody on the same page as quickly as possible.
Spencer Alexander Ovechkin, 19 goals, 23 games. How special is he, and how fun is it watching him chase Wayne Gretzky's goal record?
Sometimes I have to pinch myself, because you take it for granted, him just scoring at will, and then I'll sit back after a game and go, this guy's 39 years old, scoring at the highest clip he's ever in his career. It's remarkable, and his ability and hunger to score and want to win, and what he's done this year. I thought what he did in the second half last year was impressive, and now he's just doubled down this year at 39 years old, what he's had, or what he's done to start the season. And even after the injury, breaking his fibula and coming back, and now he's picked up right where he left off.
Hey, Spencer, do you feel that helps your team? Alex's pursuit of Wayne Gretzky, it must provide a spark game in, game out, and help your team's results.
100%. Absolutely agree. And especially when he scores in games early, our entire bench, obviously at home, the building, it goes to a different level, to where now everybody's game is elevated, and the intensity and urgency level of the game is increased. So we try to use it to our advantage. I know a lot of people talk about, the team aspect of chasing an individual accolade, but I look at it differently, and I genuinely feel that our group feels like it's a positive for our team when he's trying to score. Because what a lot of people don't know, when you get to know Alex and you know him in a personal setting, is he wants to score as bad as anybody. He's the most hungry goal scorer in the history of the game. And what I mean by that is he's just so determined to score. He wants it so bad. You can see by the way he celebrates every single time like it's the first time he scored. But the thing that sometimes is a misconception is he wants to win so bad, and that drives the scoring. Like, he wants to win, and he wants to score so that he can help the team win.
Why has Pierre-Luc Dubois worked in Washington when famously or infamously he didn't work in Los Angeles? Yeah.
The only thing that because having not known the situation, it's hard to guess or put my finger on it. But what I can say is his skill set and his fit here. So I talked a little bit about how he's felt completely comfortable being himself in and around the group. We tried to make sure that he felt as comfortable as possible right away. So I think that has helped him a lot. But also I think because of we don't have a plethora of center ice position players that are Anze Kopitar and Phil Deneau, and so he's playing a massive role for us. Dylan Strome, Connor McMichael, Nick Dowd are all really good centermen, but it's now a shared responsibility, and he plays a huge role on our team, and he's been fantastic. I can't say enough good things about what Doobie has brought to our lineup, and he one of the things too that I can maybe give you as a nugget is, like, a lot of people look at Pierre-Luc and they want to think production, 100 points, 40 goals. Like, this guy was such a high pick. He should be. And he has offensive ability, and I do think that there's more to give there. But what sometimes flies under the radar is he is so good against other teams' top centermen at being able to shut them down and play good minutes and win that matchup on a consistent basis, which is so hard. When you go up against Jack Eichels, Braden Points, Alex Barkov in Florida, when you've got to go head to head against them each and every night, those are really, really difficult matchups. And for him to be winning those matchups, that to me is a massive positive for our team. And it's freed up Dylan Strome to be able to be a little bit more successful in his role.
I got to tell you, Spencer, it looks like you're having the time of your life. Yeah. And is it hard? is it hard not to look ahead to the spring? And how do you keep your players away from doing that?
Yeah, it has been. That's probably been our biggest challenge this sort of second portion of the season before the Four Nations tournament, because we did get off to such a good start. Is staying motivated and hungry through this stretch. So that is going to be a challenge, because we are getting pushed and our scoring sort of dropped, and teams are playing us really, really hard, and the checking in the league now at this point in the season has gotten so tight that we're getting pushed on a nightly basis. So we're trying to stay on it and try to continue to get better and build our game. And the work, like I say this all the time, since I retired from the ECHL, whatever it was, 13, 14 years ago, I haven't worked a day in my life.
Yeah, we feel the same way, mostly because we haven't worked a day in our lives. Spencer, we'll get you back on, and just a pleasure having you on, and congratulations on all your success, and extra special being, I know for you, being on a Victoria television station. Yeah. All the best, my friend.
And can I tell you one thing, Don? I'm a huge fan. I grew up watching Sports Page, and I'm a huge fan of you and everything that you did. I used to watch every Christmas Eve, the plays of the year. You did such an amazing job, so I appreciate you.
Okay, well, you're going to join us tomorrow then, okay?
Every day.
We'll do a pregame show. Thanks, Spencer. Thanks for the kind words, my friend. Thank you.
Take care.
You bet.